One little seed. To all that. In 5 months. Look at the size of this stem. It's massive. So today is July 7th and this massive Seminole pumpkin is still going and it's producing. There's one here. There are some hidden in there. And it's still blooming. There are 2 right there. One here, one there. There are 2 more right here. This one, big one over there. Some of them are turning a little yellowish now, which is wonderful. Still blooms, still blooms. All this is Seminole pumpkin. Another baby one making right here. All this is Seminole pumpkin. There's one here, and it's one plant, people, one plant. One right there. I know there's a big one hidden in this mess. It took over the coon tie. There are some more, and it keeps going and going and blooming and going and going. And here it hits the fence. And it started to go underneath, but then decided it would be nicer to climb up. And even there are more Seminole pumpkins. Let's see how this ends. Here's the one we just harvested. Let's see what it clocks in at. 3 pounds, 6 ounces. That's a lot of food. We'll be weighing all of them, the big ones. I want to see if we get a really good monster one. Keep growing, Seminole. So it's July 23rd. I'm in the middle of the Seminole pumpkin patch because today we're harvesting our first one. This is not it, but this one has turned yellow and quite elusive, so I didn't even see it until recently. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's beautiful. This isn't going to be a good dinner. Oh, it's heavy too. Blemish free. This is the one pumpkin, nothing bothers. It's amazing. This is not a hole, it's a scratch. They are so tough. They heal quickly. See? Wow. Thankful for a good pumpkin. The other one will be up next. Whoops, that was all green. All went well. All these years I never had a problem, and then I found this guy all squished up. Well, the alarm bells went off. So immediately intervened. And I put some trays underneath it. I always keep these when we buy something, hoping there's a good need for it, and sure enough, here's the need. Elevates it from the ground. I have found a lot of tiny little snails and earwigs on the others. I doubt they're gonna come up, climbing up the plastic, and then trying to eat my pumpkins. September 1st. This is the update on the crazy wild Seminole. It started climbing over the moringa and it got the moringa down. It is invading the path. There's more moringa down. That's from a pretty good thunderstorm we had. So I used to be able to walk here. Here it is, blocking the way. We just harvested quite a few of them. I'm trying to get through there without... Golly, I gotta chop that down. It's the sago palm, completely overgrown. But we can tell it's getting towards the end now for that pumpkin because it's so rainy. So some leaves getting kind of spots. And remember how it started to go through the fence here? Oh, this thing is determined. Look at that now. And on this side, it's still blooming. There's one down there. There's another one back there. So many. I think I saw a baby somewhere else. It is going over here now, along the house, coming out here. Why me? We'll be eating lots of Seminoles. What better thing could you grow than food that is so vigorous? This is amazing. Love it. It's the cool part about Seminole pumpkin. It roots on the vine. So from the vine it will put out roots. So even if the base dies, the plant keeps growing. Looks like we have some nematodes, which didn't affect that pumpkin plant. And that allows me now to clear out some of this huge, gigantic overgrowth, leaving those trunks alive that still have pumpkins on it and get rid of the rest. So we harvested approximately, I would say, 80% of them. Here comes Annie to check it out. And I'm ready to wash them up. Some are still out. I could harvest them, but they're not quite yellow yet. So I let the sun do its thing. And the spot is somewhat reduced. We'll take out more. And then the ones outside the wood fence, goodness, they're still going, they're still blooming and setting, and we have about another 2 months of frost-free weather, so there's no telling how many more we're going to get out of that. So really, from one little seed to all these guys, 50 some, we already ate some though, and we gave some away. They are shelf stable for at least a year if you get the ones that are completely blemish free, and I'll just scrub them all. See, the one that is here had this hole and I wasn't sure what to expect, but the inside looked perfectly good. I would not store this on the shelf. This part is going to be dog food and the other part we're going to eat soon. But they're fabulous. It'd be nice to have a cellar. I wonder how long they would store there. So the ones with the blemishes don't go on the shelf. I'll either can them or we eat them up right away. When you do store them, keep an eye on it. Check every once in a while to make sure nothing is starting to rot, because it can happen that you overlook something. But this is fabulous food. They have not seen any fertilizer. They were in unimproved soil right here outside the house. It's a northwest corner, but the tree gives it some afternoon shade. So they like it semi-shady, really. I have never fertilized them. I watered the seeds when I started it, and that was it. So I planted 3 seeds, and I cut out the 2 weakest ones and left the big one, and it's amazing, fabulous. I love this plant. This is the best thing ever made for Florida gardening. And it keeps going still for another 2 months at least, until the first frost. So lots of pumpkin eating. Maybe I should make a video on how we eat them, how many different ways. Happy growing. Everybody needs Seminole.